Do you want to know what the #1 way is to attract women without saying a word, in my opinion? And according to marriage.com, it's on their list of what makes a man attractive. Then this is the right video for you. Now, according to a recently published article on marriage.com titled, "What Makes a Man Attractive? 15 Scientific Ways," building moderate muscle was high on that list, according to women, but they didn't prefer guys who went overboard to build muscles. So check out the marriage.com link in the description so you can read more and get the details for yourself. But my approach to attracting women is a 3-pillar approach: fitness, fashion, and finesse. Now, being fit will help you fulfill, the desire that you have for togetherness. It will build your self-confidence by proving to yourself that you can achieve something you once thought was impossible. Let me tell you about my fit to fat story. Now, I was a chubby kid, being made fun of through middle school and high school for being overweight, feeling self-conscious about things like going to the beach or the pool or before sex, just because I felt fat, so I started going to the YMCA when I brought my kids to the gym and everything, and just started working out more diligently, more regularly, till I got to the point where I was doing 5 days a week of working out, and I went from 220 pounds down to 180 pounds, and that was a great accomplishment. And I started getting noticed by friends and family that I had made a significant improvement, but I was still stuck at that 180 part of my journey. And it really didn't help me feel like I was confident. Yes, I was less fat, but I was still fat, so what I wanted to do was do things like go to CrossFit, flag football, these fitness challenges like Tough Mudder, doing things like that to really, get myself in shape. And honestly, I was the strongest I'd ever been in my life, but at the same time, I still didn't achieve what I set out to achieve, which is to be a fit person, confident in my fitness. And one of the things that inspired me after working out one of these days at the CrossFit gym and just feeling wiped out and still looking overweight, I see this guy jogging down the trail and wearing no shirt, and just the confidence that I, saw in him by being able to run outside without my shirt. I couldn't even imagine that would happen, just because I'd have fat jiggling everywhere and I'd be self-conscious about it the whole time. So I wouldn't even try to do something like that, even at 180 pounds, coming down 40 pounds from where I was, but I still had further to go. So that was inspirational for me, got me motivated to figure it out. And then I also saw one of the shows that I love, which is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. One of the characters from that show, Mac, he did this crazy one season. He was super fat, and then the next season starts and he's super fit. And I just thought it was amazing. I started looking at, how did he go about making this journey for himself? And, although it didn't explain it directly, it did talk a lot about, he joked about the fact that, the studio was paying for his trainer and his food and his whole, he's getting paid to look amazing. Now, certainly I'm no professional, but I felt like if he could do it, I could do it, because he and I were about the same age. I think he's 1 year younger than me. And I'm like, if this guy can go from this fat to this fit in that amount of time, I can definitely go from 180 to 160. So I set out on this journey, and what I found was that after researching what Mac did in more detail, I came to conclude that he probably did some sort of calorie deficit, keto-based diet. So that's what I started to move toward. Now, both women and men will compliment you, which will be a huge boost to your confidence once you get to that fitness level, that body fat level that you want. At first, it's just people that recognize those small changes within you. But you'll see after a while, people will see you as more fit than you see yourself, because this transformation, if you did it like me, which was just a 4-month period from going from 180 to 160, it is a dramatic change all at once. How I did this was I tracked my results using my Samsung Galaxy Watch and MyFitnessPal. You can find both links in the description. And I started tracking everything that I was putting into my mouth, everything from gum to drinks. And what I found was I was drinking a lot. I was at that point drinking Mick Ultra. I would track in a week, I'm doing 18, 20, 24 beers in one day. And I had realized that my BMR, that's how much calories I burned just sitting, not doing anything, was roughly around 1,800 calories. So that was meaning that, I was consuming another day's worth of calories in just what I was drinking alone, not even counting the other juices and milk and, creamer and all that stuff that I was eating and not measuring, including things like sauces. That, once I started tracking everything, I started to realize, man, there seems to be a gap in what I think I'm burning, what I think I'm consuming. And I started looking at the sauces and dressing, and I thought, oh, salad, that's got to be good for me. And then I put dressing on it, and there's all these calories that come with the dressing. And so I started having to just look at everything differently. One of the things that I decided to do was, instead of trying to change things all at once, I just wanted to track everything, just to make sure I understand, what am I actually eating? And that's where I found that I was at times, eating in a day almost 3,000 calories in a day. So no wonder I was fat, So what I did then, I started to move everything. Once I tracked everything and knew what I was eating on a regular basis, I started to move certain items to keto items. So I basically would replace one item on my list of things that I ate normally with a keto replacement, something that was high protein, low carb. And I did that throughout my diet. So that way I easily, over the course of a couple of weeks, was able to transition to a full keto diet while maintaining roughly the same number of calories. But as I was doing this, I naturally started to drink less, because I was thinking, man, if I really want to see gains, I need to reduce the amount that I'm drinking. So what I did was I moved from drinking Mick Ultras to vodka. Tito's vodka is my preference. And honestly, I can't drink as much vodka as I can beer. So if I'm drinking 4 or 5 vodkas in a night, well, that's the equivalent of me drinking like 8 to 12 beers, of how it affected me. So I realized I don't have to consume as much to get a similar buzz. The trick is, of course, not to drink as many vodka drinks as I did beer. But that was pretty easy, because you get pretty nice off of just a few of those vodkas. So that was the approach that I took. I started then, once I figured out everything on my diet's keto, and I understand all the drinks that I'm intaking as well, then slowly I started to knock off 100 calories. 100 calories per week would come off of the menu of things that I ate. And I also regularly ate the same things week to week, just to simplify this for myself. So that way I'm not having to track a whole bunch of different things and adjust things in my menu for each week. I thought it was just simpler and easier. Plus I had a short-term goal of doing this within 4 months. So once I was able to start actually removing calories, I set a goal of 4 months to achieve the body fat level that I wanted to. And to be honest with you, I was pretty much effectively there within 3 months by moving those calories down 100 calories per week until I was at a 400 calorie per week deficit. And once I reached that 400 calorie week per deficit, and I was able to hold it for several weeks, the body fat just disappeared. And the compliments just kept rolling in. And it was kind of weird how many compliments I was getting and still feeling like a chubby kid, just because, I started to get this such a high degree of positive feedback in such a short amount of time my psyche didn't catch up with the fact that people now saw me as fit. I got comments like fit, shredded, ripped. These kind of things were just never heard of myself referred to in such a way in my entire life. And it was very, very inspiring. Inspired me to achieve the body fat levels that I had only dreamed of. This was definitely a game-changing event in my life. So that's why I say fitness is one of the pillars of my approach to attracting women. Fitness, fashion, and finesse. By the way, my name is Kirk. I'm a personal consultant at Greeting to Girlfriend. I have over 30 years of consulting experience, and I've worked with multiple Fortune 100 companies as a consultant. My mission is to help you meet more women without saying a word, to help you become the best version of yourself. Click subscribe to see more videos on exactly how to do this. When I reached a level of achievement that gave me confidence to feel self-respect and recognition from others that inspired me to drive towards that desired outcome, nothing was ever the same. Let's give women more reasons and more ways to initiate a conversation with us. If you found this video valuable, please give it a like. Right now, I'm preparing to launch a workshop that will allow me to directly share some of the basics from my 3-pillar approach to attracting women without saying a word through fitness, fashion, and finesse. You can sign up for this workshop that has a money-back guarantee using the link in the description, or you could simply leave a comment on this video letting me know what you feel like you need the most assistance with. Is it fitness, fashion, or finesse?